So I think I'm done here. I've tested out the camera, figured out some of the things that it can and can't do. When I get back home, I'll listen to the audio and then give my final thoughts. Do not buy the Canon R50 until you watch this video in its entirety. I've been using this camera for a week now, doing all kinds of footage, all kinds of shots, from interior to exterior, gym workout shots, fashion tip shots, went out with the family. I put it through the rigors, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion, unbiased, from the perspective of a beginner YouTuber. So someone that's not super versed in camera specs and things like that. I'm just going to tell you what I've seen about the camera, what I like, what I don't like. I'm going to break it down to 10 things you must know before you buy this camera, before you commit to this $500 camera. Yes, it is 500 bucks. You must listen to these 10 things, and I'll give you a bonus tip at the end to help elevate the quality of the content that you shoot on this camera if you do decide to buy this camera. I go by the real Jarrell. My content is around product reviews. I'm still figuring it out. You can clearly see. Last week I said that video I posted was going to be the last time I used the iPhone, but here we are again. I'm using the iPhone. Let's get back to this video. It is a product review video with the Canon R50. Before we start, hit that thumbs up button. It does help the channel grow, and I'm trying to grow my channel. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Like I said, the price. I bought this for about 500 bucks. I think between 400 and 500. I got it used, so it is what it is. And in the box, if you check out my unboxing video, you'd see you get the camera, you get the default camera lens, which is the 18 to 45 millimeter lens. You get a strap, you get a battery, you get a battery pack. That's it. Camera specs, I don't know the details. Again, I'm not an expert, but the quality is good. It does shoot 4K. That's all I needed to know as a YouTube beginner. Let's go with the first thing that I like about this camera. That is the display. I love the fact that it can rotate back and forth like that. So if I'm shooting like a selfie type of video, I can see content that I'm creating. 2, the user interface is phenomenal. It's kind of like a phone user interface. It's not complicated. The learning curve, it's not steep. 3, the display is touchscreen, so that adds to the user interface. 4, the complexities of shutter speed, iOS, f-stop, and all those things. You really don't need to know that when you're using this camera, because it does display on the display what the end result would look like. So if you want that blurred background, it will show you, oh, you need to do this to get that effect. And last, I like the autofocus. It is great for product reviews. So when you come close to the camera, you go back out, it's really nice. It comes out crisp and clean. I'll just add a bonus. I do like Canon's image quality with natural tones on the skin. It is subjective. Some people don't like it, some people like it. I like it. Let's jump into what I don't like about the camera. Battery life. Not so great. The battery life, I went out yesterday with the family. We left here at 1:30 and I was shooting the whole time, but conservatively, so I would turn it off when I'm not using it, turn it back on when I'm using it. It didn't last for up to 3 hours. I think it was like 2.5 hours, so by the time we got back home, it was done. The battery was done. Number 2, stabilization. It is non-existent with this camera. It doesn't look so bad on the camera display, but when you pull it into your phone or your laptop, you see that it's really messy. Number 3, the display, which I do like, does go off fairly quickly when you're not using the camera. So if I'm like trying to position myself, so I'm looking at the camera and I'm trying to like position myself, and it'll just go off. So you have to like click the button again for it to come back on. Number 5, I think. Exposure control. Bad. I thought the exposure would be good. Automatic exposure. Or maybe because I don't know how to use the camera very well. but for a beginner, I found it very weird. Those are the things that I don't like about it. And then the last thing is the user interface on the app. Canon does have an app that you download to connect your phone to your camera, so you can easily, you know, get footage that you've put on your camera to your phone wirelessly. That app is not great. I think I would just rather just have a wire connected to my phone and just easily download it that way. Those are the things that I like and I don't like about the camera. Remember I told you I was going to give you a bonus tip? Here's a bonus tip. You want to get yourself one of these, a gimbal for the camera. So now I can hold the camera without it just, you know, bouncing back and forth and up and down. This would help stabilize movement, and I can use it for vlogging, which I wanted to do. That's the original intent. I bought this on Amazon, like I buy everything on Amazon. $90. It was on sale and it was used. I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon used. Used in America is not so bad, you know. From Nigeria, used in Nigeria, it has been used. But here, it's still good. It's still good. Next week, my next video would be an unboxing of this. See how I just segued? My first video was the unboxing of the Canon. Now I'm showing you the Canon. And then, next week, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to Seattle the week of the 6th, November 6th. I'm gonna do some vlogging in Seattle. And then the next week, I'm going to Turkey. Yep, I'm going to Turkey. So I'm gonna give you some travel tips on what to do in Turkey. So it's gonna be jam-packed with a lot of stuff, man. This channel is gonna be amazing. So you gotta stick around. And if I did provide value for you in this content, please smash that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. It does help the channel. It does help it grow and makes me know I'm providing value to those 30-40 people out there that are watching my videos. All right, until next time, I'll see you guys. Cheers. Oh man, I almost forgot. My cousin did send me his camera. This is the Sony 6400. It's a lot complicated. It's a lot more complicated than the Canon. It's not very easy to use, but I can definitely tell that this is not like a beginner camera, in my opinion. So yeah, maybe it's something I would also test out too in another video. So just so much more content, man. So much content coming out here. Okay, cheers guys. Bye. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Yeah, of course. Yay.